What does it mean to truly be free? Is freedom a gift bestowed by others, or is it a state we must discover within ourselves? Ancient sage Rumi tells a tale that speaks of freedom, wisdom, and the mysterious ways of the heart. Once, a wealthy merchant prepared for a journey to India, a land of exotic spices and lush jungles. Before leaving, he asked those in his household what gifts they wished for. Each servant made their request: fine silks, fragrant oils, precious stones, and the merchant promised to fulfill them. Finally, he turned to his prized parrot, a radiant bird from India kept in a gilded cage. The merchant wanted to know what the parrot desired from its homeland. The bird, with a note of sorrow in its voice, asked for no material gift. Instead, it wished for a message to be delivered to the wild parrots in India. It longed for their advice, asking how it might escape its confinement and return to the freedom of the skies. The merchant, touched by the parrot's plea, vowed to deliver the message. In India, as he passed through a dense jungle, he encountered a flock of vibrant parrots perched on the treetops. He halted his journey and conveyed the caged parrot's words to them, his voice cutting through the rustling leaves. The reaction was swift and startling. One of the parrots in the flock quivered, fell from its perch, and lay motionless on the forest floor. The merchant was stricken with regret, thinking his words had caused the bird's death. Perhaps it had been a relative of his parrot, overcome by grief. He left the jungle with a heavy heart, the image of the fallen bird lingering in his mind. Upon his return, he distributed the gifts he had brought back. The parrot, eager for news, pressed him to recount what had happened. The merchant eventually relented, describing how a parrot in the wild had collapsed upon hearing the message. No sooner had he finished the tale than his own parrot began to tremble. It fell to the floor of the cage, lifeless. Grief consumed the merchant as he mourned the bird he had cherished. Believing it dead, he opened the cage and gently laid it outside. To his astonishment, the parrot suddenly stirred, unfurled its wings, and soared into the sky. It flew with an elegance that spoke of newfound freedom. The merchant called out in bewilderment, "What is this? What secret did the parrots of India share with you? How have you escaped?" From the heights of a nearby tree, the parrot replied, "The Indian parrot, through its own actions, showed me the way. To escape, I had to surrender my song and joy to appear lifeless. Only then could I leave the cage behind. My master, you were the instrument of my freedom. Farewell." The parrot disappeared into the horizon, leaving the merchant in awe of its wisdom. As he reflected, the merchant realized the parrot's actions carried a deeper truth. Sometimes, to gain true freedom, one must let go of pride and embrace humility. In surrender lies transformation. In stillness, the path to liberation. The parrot's lesson remains timeless. To be free, we must first release what binds us, from ego to desire, and trust the open skies that await beyond.